There was a cultural underpinning to what Murdoch wanted. Race issues, AIDS. I constantly remember complaints that there was too much being done on AIDS.
I did a piece on immigration, and I thought it was poignant to tell the stories of these people and all of the things that they had to go through to get citizenship, and how we take for granted how really blessed we are to be born with it. And the line that I used in describing their efforts was, folks seeking citizenship earned, not born, suggesting that, hey, they really want citizenship because they've got to go through all of these motions. The managing editor was very angry. He says, what do these people earn? They haven't earned a thing. They're just here for a free ride. They're just here trying to take advantage of all of our freebies. And I mean, it was just, he just laid waste to the idea that these people were hardworking.
What you will see, of course, is intensive discussion about what we call the wedge issues. You'll hear, affirmative action. You'll hear abortion. You'll hear certainly gay rights. God in separation of church and state issues will be on television every single day.
I think this gay marriage thing is going to be an enormous presidential issue. But there again, we have to be fair and balanced. I mean, we can't, run with that.
The stampede of same-sex couples to the altar has accelerated.
President Bush says he's deeply troubled by the hundreds of
2,000 same-sex couples engaged in
2,300 and counting. That's the number of
same-sex couples hoping to get
same-sex couples wanting to same-sex marriage.
Their job, which is what the right-wing Republicans want to do, is to divide America up, ignore the important economic, healthcare, environmental issues, and they do that extremely successfully.
They did start up on gay marriage, but I think that they got sort of blindsided. They all of a sudden couldn't show the usual footage they used to show, because they used to love to show the footage, of course, the parades and the black leather and, the drag queens. Then they had, very kind of normal-looking, dumpy, middle-aged couples getting married and smooching on the steps of City Hall. So I've noticed a certain kind of zest going out of the gay marriage thing, but the opposite, where they've picked up the slack, is on anything to do with religion, anything to do with the Ten Commandments, anything to do with God.
Why is Jesus so popular right now?
Well, I think it depends on who you talk to. I think a lot of people would say that one of the reasons that he's very popular is that Mel Gibson's movie has come out.
George W. Bush, because of all this, he wants to see it, and I'm sure they will set up a special screening there at the White House.
Oh, sure. Well, he's a devout Christian.
Right.
Apparently he prays daily.
Do they think it's about just a movie, just entertainment, or do they think that there's really something bigger at work?
Well, I think they think that there's something bigger at work. September 11th threatened people, and people looked to Jesus for comfort. But number two, a line was drawn around the world between two kinds of religions, two kinds of societies.
Freedom is not this country's gift to the world. Freedom is the Almighty's gift to every man and woman in this world.
Boy, couldn't you just see the elite media tremble over that one? The president knows evoking the deity will anger the secular media. He doesn't care. Talking points applauded.
They're going to push God very, very hard, particularly going up into Bush's re-election.
All of us working together can change America one soul at a time.
The Christian fundamentalist movement is one that believes in we're right, you're wrong, no matter what. And I saw a lot of that at Fox. We're right, you're wrong, no matter what.
Once their Afghan mission winds down, sometime in 2011, certain members of the Canadian military are looking to take a much-deserved break. And by certain members, I mean all of them. Due to personnel and equipment shortages, Canada's Lieutenant General Andrew Leslie, an unusual name for a man, yes, told the Senate Defense Committee last week, quote, "We will have to explore the possibility of taking a short operational break that is synchronized of at least 1 year." Meaning the Canadian military wants to take a breather, to do some yoga, paint landscapes, run on the beach in gorgeous white capri pants. Leslie added that there is no one to repair the tanks, nor are there any ready tanks for soldiers to train on. So a hiatus is needed to get their armored act together. Doug, I go to you first. because this is a very important question. I want you to take it seriously. Isn't this the perfect time to invade this ridiculous country? They have no army.
I didn't even know that they were in the war. I thought that's where you go if you don't want to fight.
Exactly.
Go chill in Canada. So
Exactly.
I guess that'll be their tourism. That'll be their selling point. We're not in the war for a year. Come on by while we nap.
Exactly. It's amazing. I don't know any country that's done this, Bill. Would Canada be able to get away with this if they didn't share a border with the most powerful country in the universe?
No, they probably wouldn't. And, I mean, does this surprise any of us? I mean...
It surprises me.
Well, you're stupid.
No need for that, kind sir.
We have police officers, and they have Mounties. Our cops ride heavily armored cars. They ride horses. We have bulletproof vests. They have wonderful little red jackets that can be seen a mile away. This is not a smart culture, Greg.
Really?
Yes, but so they're getting manicures, they're getting pedicures. Everybody needs a little
But
bit.
isn't Canada doing, Monica, what most of Europe does anyway, which is just rely on USA in case anything bad happens?
Of course, they couldn't take a year off from their military if they didn't have the security backdrop of the United States.
But the other thing you should be worried about, Greg, is Canada starts this. Who's our other border? Mexico. They're going to start relying on our army, too. Remember, it's not Canada. It's Mexico that likes the siestas. It's happening.